What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy.
I'm Michael.
Whew. This has been a long time coming. Do you want to know how important this day is?
Xbox announced the price of the X Series
Michael
X
wore a collared shirt.
Huh.
That's how big it is.
Subconsciously, I guess I knew.
He did.
Yeah. Sure.
Because the spice flowed through you to make you recognize how big a day this is. This is the day we were given
Microsoft Xbox price.
the Dune trailer.
So you're not even going to comment on what I'm saying.
Now, for those of you who have been with me on this journey, we know how magnificent this story is. But we're finally given the resources to tell this epic saga.
Okay, I have a real question.
On screen.
Real question. Not trying to be funny. You ready?
Hold on.
Okay.
I didn't watch this all day.
I know.
This is going to be my honest, it was killing me to not watch this. Go.
Well, you want to just watch it right now and then I can ask a question later?
You can ask questions right now.
There was a Dune movie. Yeah, I might have had a stroke. I don't know. There was a Dune movie before, right?
Yep.
But the production wasn't good on it?
It was...
You brought up the thing that we have more resources now. Was that
So, the Dune was originally done back in 70 or was it 80? So there was original Dune done by David Lynch. With a whole host of people. Sir Patrick Stewart's in it. Okay. You've got man, I can't even remember half of these people now. Sting was in it.
Okay.
It was a very interesting movie. The original movie that was supposed to be done was a graphic novelist named Alejandro Jodorowsky.
Okay.
The original movie was epic and just grand scale, but things fell apart. There's a documentary about what happened and why it didn't work. One of the people who was originally on the movie was H.R. Geiger. Okay. Who was the original one of the inspiration for Aliens. This movie had a lot of people who then went on to do other things, and then Lynch directed it, and it's a good movie. Dune, the original Dune is good. It's just so much to get in one movie. Okay. So Warner Brothers with Denis Villeneuve said, we're going to do 2 movies, and there's going to be 2 adjacent HBO series that go along with it.
Okay. Okay, I know you want to get to it. Let's go ahead. You got your audio's on and everything? Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Why is it not playing?
Internet's broken.
Oh my. Man, let me tell you, this internet ain't working. I might burn this station down.
On tape. That's what he said.
They'll understand. There ain't a jury that'll convict me.
Okay.
Your Honor, it was a trailer.
There's something happening to me. There's something awakening in my mind. I can't control it.
What did you see?
There's a crusade coming.
Do you often dream things that happen just as you dreamed them?
Yes.
The test is simple. Remove your hand from the box, and you die.
What's in the box?
Pain. You inherit too much power. You have proven you can rule yourself. Now you must learn to rule others. Something none of your ancestors learned.
My father rules an entire planet.
He's losing it.
He's getting a richer one.
He'll lose that one too. Arrakis is a death trap.
I'll kill him. This is an extermination. They're picking my family off one by one.
Let's fight like demons.
An animal caught in a trap will gnaw off its own leg to escape. What will you do?
I know you.
One day, the legend will be born. All of civilization depends on it.
The future. I can see it. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer.
My Lord Duke.
Where the fear is gone, only I will remain.
Go, go, go!
Yes! Oh!
Do I need to leave you alone for a few moments, or?
Remember in South Park, the Marsh meme when he's just like,
Yeah. Okay.
that's how I feel.
So, was it everything you dreamed of? Well, let me preface this by saying first, I don't know Dune.
It's understandable.
The only thing I did know really about Dune was the sandworms.
Yeah.
That was always an iconic image for me for some reason. I don't know why. So that was cool to see them pop up here. And somebody who doesn't know Dune, it definitely seems, I'm at a loss as to kind of what's happening, but I like that. And it seems epic, which is really cool. It's got a crap ton of like A-list celebrities and like people,
Dude,
big names.
When I tell you who's all in this movie.
But yeah, that's for me. So what you tell us.
This is who's in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just go through the names and you tell me who you know.
Probably done on here, everybody.
Rebecca Ferguson,
Sure.
Lady Jessica, Zendaya, Jason Momoa, Timothy Chalamet, Josh Brolin, David Masterley. I cannot pronounce his name. He was the.
Is that the guy who's in?
He's
Ant-Man?
he's in Suicide Squad as Polka Dot Man.
He's
He was
also Ant-Man, right? Not Ant-Man, but he's in Ant-Man as one of the friends.
I'm not
the Russian
sure.
guy. You never saw Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
okay.
I thought you meant like an anime. Yeah,
No.
yeah, he's in there.
Okay.
He was also the crazy guy in The Dark Knight that Christian Bale beats up.
Yeah.
He actually is a comic writer too.
Okay.
Dave Bautista.
Sure.
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem.
Okay.
Charlotte Rampling.
I don't know Charlotte Rampling.
You do,
Okay.
but you don't know her. You've seen her before.
Okay.
She always plays like the stoic
Okay.
British lady.
As we're getting further down now, I don't recognize. I've probably seen them. I
You've
just don't know
seen
their
Chen
names.
Shane.
Yeah.
Let's see who else is in here. That's
But you listed off a lot of people.
yeah.
Before I was just like, I'm not familiar.
Whew.
So it's got the talent.
So so let me give you just a quick breakdown of what Dune is. There's and quite sure there's it's a book by Frank Herbert. Denis Villeneuve is done the screenplay with John. I don't even want to pronounce your last name, and Eric Roth. There is a planet called Arrakis. Arrakis is where you mine something called spice.
Okay.
Spice allows you for interstellar travel. There's an emperor, and there are houses, dukes, and different royalty. House Atreides is going to get possession of Arrakis.
Okay.
House Harkonnen is going to do everything they can to usurp and steal and undermine House
Them getting
Atreides.
the-
Yes.
the
Timothy Chalamet plays the son of the Duke Atreides,
Okay.
Oscar Isaac. His mother is part of an ancient order called Bene Gesserits.
Who's his mother?
Rebecca Ferguson.
Okay, got it.
She was instructed to have a girl so that the girl could go back to the order. Basically, think of like space nuns, like an order of space nuns that basically help control the galaxy.
Okay.
She was ordered to bear a girl. She disobeyed and bared a son. The box you see that Timothée Chalamet puts his hands in, the leader of the Bene Gesserits basically says, you must put your hand in this box. If you pull your hand in this box, I'm going to kill you. Mm-hmm. That's how, and she could have got away with it. Mm-hmm. Like, she could have came in, killed this dude's son, and nobody would have been like, okay, so the body died at like, no, there's no space CSI.
Like,
yep.
Okay.
She ordered,
so
you're
have
dead.
The law.
They have that kind of power.
Okay, so now when he puts his hand in, and I don't know if this is a spoiler for the movie.
It's not.
Okay, well, no. I guess my question, I don't know if it's going to be a spoiler. You don't have to answer it, but does he have to put his hand in because he was a boy? Like, if she had given a female, would she have...
She wouldn't have been tested like that. Now, there would have been tests, but not like that.
Got it.
Because they needed to see what kind of... Could they control him?
Got it.
So when she told him put his hand in the box, when she says... And he asked what's in the box, she's like, pain. Mm-hmm. And basically, it's the most unimaginable pain possible.
Okay.
It feels like his hand is on fire.
Okay.
I'll let you see what happens.
Okay.
He then goes with his family. They're leaving their home planet. And then they go to Arrakis. And that's the voice you hear when he's telling basically her, he's like, my father rules a planet. And she's like, yeah, he gonna mess that up. And then he's like, and we're getting Arrakis. She's like, yeah, you gonna mess that up too.
Okay.
And so basically she's foretelling what's going to happen. The whole idea is that there's this war coming. He's rumored to be the chosen leader.
Okay.
Zendaya and her people are called the Fremen. They're the indigenous people of planet Arrakis.
Okay.
And so you get a whole lot of like, to think that this book came out so long ago and some of the themes are still so present today.
Hearing you talk with me, like, this is kind of stuff happening now.
Like, yeah. So basically, like you like immigration and class, and usurping natural resources. It's very, very timely.
I don't know if it's a spoiler, but do you have an idea of where this first movie is going to stop?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you already know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give it away.
Okay, that's fine. I was just curious.
But basically, what happens is, so you saw Stellan Skarsgård, right?
Yes.
So you saw him coming out of that, whatever that was.
Yeah.
So he's a Harkonnen. Dave Bautista is Raban. I don't know who's gonna play. Hold on, let me see who plays Fade. Oh, they haven't announced it, or have they? So basically, let me see. Okay. Baron Harkonnen is Stellan Skarsgård, and Dave Bautista is the Beast, Glasu Raban. He's the Baron is an evil man. Mm-hmm. The Beast is his instrument to basically carry out his will.
Gotcha.
They're not a nice people.
Okay.
They're not. The things that they do it's not legal. It's wrong on so many accounts.
This looks. I mean, it looks.
So
good.
you saw the fighting, the way.
Yeah.
So they have a fighting style that is unique to them.
Okay.
That their house teaches.
House Atreides has a.
Yes.
Okay. Does every house have their own fighting style, or?
Well, they have a unique fighting style that they've created, and they go forth, and and each house has its own. There's also I don't know if they're going to do it. I don't know. So there's also robots in the story, but I don't know if they're going to actually put them in the book, because like you saw Starship Troopers, right? Mm-hmm. Starship Troopers has mechs. Mm-hmm. They didn't put that in the movie. They actually got it into the later anime and cartoons.
Oh, okay.
But they did not have the actual mechs in the actual movie, because you were able to actually fight toe-to-toe with some of the critters in Starship Troopers.
Using the mech.
Mm-hmm, they had left that kind of part out.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're actually going to get that in there. But it's a very interesting movie because it talks about what it means to be a leader. It talks about what it means to be not human, but to find. It's basically about like finding yourself and who you are. So you saw Timothy Chalamet say, "I dreamed about you."
Yeah.
He's having dreams about Arrakis, spice, and basically when he goes to the planet changes him.
Okay.
It's a desert planet, Arrakis. Nothing supposedly lives there. The only thing that lives there is these worms.
Okay.
And the people who are indigenous there. The worms create the spice. So whenever there's a worm sighting, the worms attack anybody taking the spice.
Got it.
So then you have these things, you hear somebody yell, "Worm sighting!" and then everybody just scatters. And so I'm happy for this because this is a story like, this story is on par with Star Wars, with your Star Trek. You're like, when you're talking deep space science fiction.
It's just that maybe it's not as well known because maybe
It is book wise. It's one of your major science
it's
fiction
just
stories.
maybe not
It's
popular. And popular's not the word, but you know what I'm saying? Like
it's
pop
popular.
culture or
It's
something?
it's popular. It's not popular as far as mainstream.
Got it. There
It's
we go,
popular
mainstream.
with sci-fi nerds and people who've read the books. There's Children of Dune. There's a series of books. Sci-fi attempted to do a miniseries. It was okay. It didn't hold up to the original Dune, in my opinion. But it's just one of those books where you're just like, when you read it, you're like, these worlds are so interesting. I always thought of like how when I remember reading the book, the first planet that came to mind, the two planets that came to mind that you can imagine the House Atreides is from, it's kind of like Naboo or like Pandora, like a luscious planet, wild, plant life, almost kind of a paradise.
Okay.
Where the planet the Harkonnens come from like a harsh environment, like industrialized, like it's just a grit. Like think of when you think of fascism, or you think of like that jackbooted, and you're like, that's their planet.
Okay.
And so you have these different cultures in the Bene Gesserits move throughout this world. So so the one thing that makes me hopeful for the movie and the show is the people working on the movie are also working on the show. So it's not two different teams. And matter of fact, one of the people who was writing the movie left to help write one of the shows.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I've been talking for a while.
This review, our reaction is mainly just to let you talk because this.
Oscar
Is
Isaac,
everything you
man.
wanted?
Oscar Isaac looks great as Duke Atreides.
Does Duke Atreides like his son?
Yes.
He does like his son.
He loves his son.
Okay.
I
I got a vibe that at some point maybe they were going to clash. And I don't know if that's a spoiler. The way that was cut.
Paul Atreides. So the problem with it is Duke Leto Atreides and Paul Atreides, they have a unique relationship because Duke wanted a son, he got a son, he loves his son. But he understands that having a son put more pressure on the child because of his gender, because of who he picked him, and now he has to prepare him for this life of royalty. It's kind of like, imagine Game of Thrones in space.
Okay.
And imagine you were supposed, like Sansa, you were supposed to be a girl, and they decided, oh no, I'm gonna have a boy. And imagine you were supposed to be able to marry him off, and then you can't do that. But then you have to prepare your child for this life of royalty, of backstabbing, conniving, and then eventually he's going to lead, or will he? Will he even become of age? Because he has, the space ninjas are like, you pull your hand out of this box before I tell you to, I'm gonna ram this needle through your neck.
At one point earlier you said Lady Jessica disobeyed them and had a son.
Yes.
Did she do that? Are you saying that like she deliberately disobeyed them and,
Yes.
and decided to have a son?
Because he wanted Duke Leto Atreides wanted a son. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I read the book, and I watched the movie countless times, so it may, but
Okay.
kind of like think about like during royalty times when you would like this cousin marries this
Yeah.
to strengthen alliances. The Bene Gesserits are remember in The Witcher when the Witcher women they had the Witchers, the sorceress and the sorcerers
who
would go
who
to
certain people, yeah.
That's kind of how they are.
Okay.
So then they could marry within, and then the Bene Gesserit strengthens their organization by having their people different places.
Okay.
So she married Duke Atreides. They're actually in love. He actually loves her. It's an arranged marriage, but they actually love each other.
Okay.
And they're a damn good looking couple. Oscar Isaacs and
And
Rebecca
Rebecca
Ferguson.
Ferguson,
Come
beautiful,
on, man.
beautiful people.
I
Yeah.
mean, I actually believe that Timothy Chalamet could be their son. I mean, really, who?
Yeah.
So it's almost like guilt that I brought you here and I kind of set you up, but I love you, but I got to prepare you. So that's what Josh Brolin's character, Gurney, is his job is to prepare and teach Timothy Chalamet, kind of like his bodyguard, right-hand man, like prepare him and to prepare him to go to Arrakis.
Okay.
Now that's a lot to and so that's why it's broken up into two movies, because there's the betrayal that happens where House Harkonnen tries to usurp and take Arrakis, and then House Atreides tries to fight back.
Okay.
And then the indigenous people, how they're involved. So it's a massive, wonderful story. I recommend to anyone, read the book, watch the original movie, come up with your own opinions about it. But it's one of the original tenets of science fiction. Okay. It's up there with Asimov, Heinlein. Some people aren't really high on Heinlein. Orson Scott Card, even though he's been a little...
Is he canceled?
He kind of is.
I feel like he might be canceled.
He is,
Yeah.
but I mean, Ender's Game is so great. I mean, I feel bad. Like, it's like, why did you have to be this way? Because Ender's Game was pretty good. Not the movie. The book.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of the canons of science fiction.
Okay.
People have tried over and over again to bring this on screen.
As somebody who doesn't know Dune that well, I do remember hearing stories of somebody's working on a Dune movie. They're working on this Dune project. I remember that decades of that. So.
And I say this knowing full well, other stuff is coming out. So Warner Brothers is looking to push possibly Wonder Woman to December, out of November to December, which then would push Dune to 2021. Dune will be the best movie any year it comes out, and it will make no money. It will be the best movie of the year. Best movie, Dune, best movie of the year, will not even be top 10.
Box wise.
Box office wise. It's one of those movies where I want it to be.
It's heady.
It's heady, but
it is not a popcorn flick.
And I'm hoping what I'm hoping this movie does is recognize the acting ability of some of these people, because I'm telling you right now, the people who are going to stand out in this movie is Timothy Chalamet, one, because he's an attractive young man and people are going to want to go see it. Zendaya, your two young stars who are going to be beautiful and people want to see them get together. But the acting ability that I think the person who's going to stand out the most is Charlotte Rampling. Okay. You are going to hate that woman.
Okay.
I'm talking, who's the Harry Potter lady that people don't like?
Dolores Umbridge?
Yes.
Okay.
She is nice compared to her.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that the lady who had the Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You want to watch it again?
We can shut this down so you can watch it multiple times. This was a Leroy centric review or reaction, and that's because this is his baby, or one of his babies. I'll say he actually has a baby.
I don't know, man.
Don't do that. don't do that.
Katie's not gonna watch this.
I wasn't setting you up for that.
Katie's not gonna watch this.
I know he was excited to see this, so I'm happy that the trailer is I'm happy that the trailer lived up to your expectations.
It was shocking to hear that music, because I really thought they were going to go more like Hans Zimmer. Because Hans Zimmer did score this, but I thought they were really going to go more like what Hans Zimmer did with Blade Runner 2049, more of that atmosphere. But they really went like scope and this revolution. So yeah.
Okay. We're going to sign off here. Let us know what your favorite science fiction movies are in the comments below. Let us know if you've seen Dune, if you're excited about this.
If you read it,
Yeah.
what do you remember? You're going to read it again before this movie comes out? You
I'm
got
sure
time.
you will. Yeah. You can always find us here on YouTube, also Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WOTX.com. Hit the bell notification for when we put up videos.
Like and subscribe.
We've been working pretty hard recently. I mean, compared to months. We're actually putting out more videos, so you'll see more stuff from us.
The world kind of calmed down.
Somewhat.
I mean, it's still 2020.
It's still 2020.
Godzilla still can come in
Yeah,
September.
still got time. Also, like, comment, subscribe, and I think that's it. We out.